A March rate rise will extend the mortgage pain. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because, well, we're going to look at a couple of things. An article, well, highlighting the fact that the rate rise is all but certain. But before we jump to that, I want to look at this poll that I put to the viewers just, well, an hour ago. Would you give money to a family member struggling with their mortgage to keep them in their house? Okay, we're hearing all the media fear about mortgages. One viewer reached out to me with a suggestion to allow family members to have their money in a potential offset account for their kids or someone else, which, yeah, I think it's, but honestly, I think what's going to happen is if people get in trouble, if kids get in trouble, their family's going to step in and help them. I mean, would you? That's what I asked. If you would step in and help your family. 34% said yes, and it's only 170 votes. It's only been going for an hour. So, as a gift. So, more than a third of you would just give money to family, or for, I just said family, if they're struggling with their mortgage to keep their house in. I mean, and if you've got the money, you're not going to take it with you when you die. If you're comfortable in your life and you can afford to do it, I would hold nothing against you for doing that. Not that there's an expectation that you should, or, people have a sense of entitlement. That's what you want to worry about. But, I mean, there you go, guys. This is people helping each other out. 31% would say yes as a loan. They would lend the money to people. So we've got 65% of them, one way or another, helping out family to keep them in their house. So when we see all of the fear and the negative news in the media, we've got to keep this in mind. Although, you've got to understand the demo of the channel here. We're 90% male. I think, 35 plus, a huge proportion of us are. You've got a lot of people in the construction industry, so probably a lot of people that could afford to do this to help out family members. Maybe this is just also showing the class divide. Then you've got 35% saying no. So 35% of you wouldn't help out. And we'll refresh and have a look at the comments to see if there are any more. There you go. See, I did it. Another comment. Here you go, guys. If you're a fan of video games, check out Worth a Buy. If you haven't already, because I know some other viewers are fans of him. He's nearly at 300,000. So Sunrise, only because I can afford it. So Sunrise can do it. They can afford it. They've got their own problems. But you've got to understand, in other videos, they were complaining about having too much money, and you've got to spend it. So and that's right. If you can afford it, only if you can, it's completely your choice. There should be no expectations of it. But there also shouldn't be, what it'll be, this tall poppy bullshit jealousy that comes in the media all the time in Australia. And that's really holding, I think, our entire country back, to be honest. NeoX, that's what the bank want. Dip into your friends and family's savings. The banks just want the money. They don't give a shit. Alex is saying yes, but not if it would just delay the inevitable. Better for everyone to cut their losses. That's the thing. But here's the thing. It could just be a couple of months, and then everything will get right again. But you've got to be right up. You've got to be upfront with it. I mean, we were. It was funny. We were talking to our daughter, going, "Oh, are you worried if we lost all our money and what would happen? We'd all go broke." And because it's a 10-year-old, it's interesting to see. I know as a child, during the recession that Australia had to have, I was worried. At my parents. I thought, it's all going to go bust. We'll wind up on the street and homeless. As a child, you worried these things. And she said, no, there's no way our grandparents would let us get into trouble or would let us starve, So there you go, I guess. And it's true, honestly. My parents bring enough food already at the moment. It's funny, my mother and father would come and visit the office years back when we had a new baby, because Rachel would bring the baby to work, and so she'd cook lunch. So we have all these staff that would get chicken schnitzel and that cooked for them, and potato salad from my mother, all her home cooking for lunch, or even steak. It was bloody awesome, to be honest. Should do that again. That's a perk right there. But anyway, let's keep going here. It depends on the family member, my relationship with them and the situation, but probably yes, from Spencer. Yakid. Only on the condition that it's placed on the market for sale immediately. Better to limit the total debt. If you can't afford now, or at other rate, or two is going to make it worse. So that's the thing. That's helping them from forced sale. You know, if you get that desperate, that's probably not a bad situation to be in. Timmy Schnitzel. Never throw bad money after worse. Better to contain the toxic debt to one family member than spread it to others and drag everyone down with a bad loan. Okay? Which makes sense too. Yep. And you got a heart because your name's got Schnitzel in it, and now I'm thinking of chicken schnitzel and I'm hungry. I've got to go to the German club again. Henry Lawson says, if they have positive equity in their house, which would be the case for most given the rise in property values over the years, then no. Ross is going, I think not. I think this will be asked of me shortly. Wiser, not a chance. Sell the damn noose that's hanging around your neck and move in with me and pay a fraction of what you were paying. Okay? So, I mean, you could do that, or you could move in with them and rent out the house, but then that could create some animosity. Helps me and helps you. Jump back in when the market has settled without the nail-biting government jumping in to save the day. Yeah, but they kind of screw it up. So, interesting. Let's do a refresh to see if this has all changed. No, it's still about right down. A third yes as a gift, a third as a loan, and a third no. There you go, guys. That's interesting, of 200 votes. So we'll swing back and look at this one maybe in a couple of days to see if it's at all changed from a third. But we've got to keep this in mind when we're seeing all the doom and gloom in the media about property. So let's jump over to this screen here, and this is the article I wanted to look at. RBA all but confirms a March rate rise as households struggle with record mortgage payments. And for those of you playing at home, you can see here the cash rate has skyrocketed. The delta change is significant. And the argument is, well, there's a few arguments. Some people are hoping that this will crash the market to give them an opportunity to jump in. But we'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see. So let's jump back here and have a look at this article. So the Reserve Bank has all but locked in a rate rise for next month as households continue to struggle with the cost of living. I think that's what's having a greater impact on most people, cost of living or mortgage repayments. I know everyone who's on a fixed rate mortgage, who's locked it in and still has some time up their sleeve, they're noticing the cost of living. I'm noticing stuff getting more expensive. I went the other day just to Coles to buy a roast chook for dinner. I walked out spending $60. This is why monthly shops, one-off monthly shops, it's a really good habit to get into, because then you're not going and, oh yeah, I'll buy this or I'll buy this. You know, those incidental costs, it all adds up, guys. $60. And let's, before we do that, let's jump over here and look at the rate tracker prediction. I just grabbed this from the web. This is the ASX rate tracker prediction. So on the 20th of Feb, 25% no change, 75% increase to 3.6%. So, and the thing is, if you got in at the 0% cash rate period and got a really low rate loan and stretched yourself, you could barely make those payments, and the bank was kind of borderline, but depending on the APRA buffers, the ones that are really going to be hit are the ones that got in with 2% government-backed home loans, as in 2% deposit, and couldn't even afford that. Mortgage holders will soon be forking out a record high on repayments as the Reserve Bank of Australia all but locked in another interest rate rise in March. The RBA on Tuesday released the minutes of its February meeting, where it raised the official cash rate, which guides interest rates set by lenders, up 25 basis points to 3.35%. The minutes showed that the central bank mulled over whether a 25 or 50 basis point rate was appropriate. In the end, it opted for the former, stating there was less need for the latter given the previous 9 consecutive hikes. It's a noticeable shift from when the board last met in December, when it entertained the idea of keeping the cash rate on hold. The minutes noted the concern that households with variable rate loans would soon be hitting record highs, but insisted savings acquired during the pandemic could hold them over. Interest rates on variable home loans had risen substantially over preceding months, and required mortgage payments were projected to reach their highest level on record as a share of household disposable income, the minutes said. Isn't that, just taking a step back from all of this, just think about it, as a country, as Australia, as a place to live. That's kind of shitty, isn't it, if you think about it? just to get a house over your head is, well, now a bigger share of your income than ever in the past. Is that a sign of improving quality of life? I'm not saying that that's going to lead to a dramatic correction in property. It's not fair. Australia's changing, honestly. I get the feeling we're becoming more like Europe with a huger class divide between those that are in the game and those that are not. Nonetheless, members noted that measures indicated the extra savings accumulated in Australia over the preceding 3 years were very large. But the problem is it's not equal, honestly, and you're going to have people that'll burn through it. We will hear some sad stories. The RBA has followed other central banks around the world in aggressively raising rates in a bid to tame runaway inflation, which reached 7.8% in December in Australia, its highest level since 1990. Board members concluded that inflation remained too high and the income data on prices and labour costs had tended to exceed expectations. A concern for the central bank board was the strength of wage growth in the private sector, which had been a stronger outcome than previously forecast, was expected for the December quarter. Remember when the RBA wanted wage growth? Well, you're getting it now, boys. You're getting it now. And look at their forecasts in the past. I mean, if you were this inaccurate in your job, would you keep it, guys? Just asking. This is supported by information from liaison contacts, with around 1/3 of private sector firms reporting wage increases above 5%. Growth in the wage price index was expected to rise to 4.2% by late 23, before easing to around 3.75% by mid-25, as conditions in the labour market ease, it said. Members noted the high degree of uncertainty around this forecast. The concern of wage growth expectations moving higher was a key reason behind the board's consideration of a 50 basis point rise. So there we go, guys. There we go. And let's jump back to this and when you refresh the poll to see if there's any changes in the time that I've recorded this video. No, we've got a 220 sample, 30, 30, 30. There you go. Any more comments? We'll go news first. Well, the people that chose option 2 and 3 are pieces of shit. Really? MCats84, why? I mean, this screams of utter jealousy. This is utter jealousy, tall poppy bullshit. And it's loser think. And it's endemic in Australia. It's a big problem. We don't lift up and celebrate success. Or people taking care of their family and keeping them in the game. Because they're jealous. People are jealous. Peter, no, I never lent money to anyone. On the flip side, I'll never borrow from anyone. Yep. I regret even borrowing money from the banks. Well, there you go. Hong Kong, no, because you know why? Because I don't support fiscally irresponsible people. If you're a part of my family, my mum and dad would beat it into you, so you wouldn't even be in that situation in the first place. Okay, so old school. So, well, let's have a bit of a talk about this guy. So there we have it, a rate rise all but certain for next month. We'll have to see if it's 25 points or higher. It's going to continue driving up mortgage prices, and that's going to be felt through the economy. But hey, shipping costs are going down too, guys, so that's one aspect of inflation that's, well, returning to normal. So we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. And please find the poll on the community tab if you haven't and have your say, and we'll revisit it, because I think this is another unknown. It's the banker mum and dad coming to the rescue once again. I don't think Martin North will be too happy about it, but we'll have to see. Yeah. As always, thanks for watching. Check out Heise BIM and Heise Does for other videos I make. If you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I will see you at the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.